Let's go to the region. The constituency is represented by Abanga Abdullahi in Parliament. He's a member of Parliament for Binduri. Honorable, you're welcome to Eyewitness News.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening to you and good evening to your listeners.
Good evening. I am believing that this is the only day senior high school in your constituency. Has this news come to your attention?
Yes, of course. 2 days ago, I got the information about the failure of the caterer to cook for the hot meal that is being provided by government to students. And as a result, the students were rioting. So we've taken steps, and I can tell you that as at this moment, it shouldn't be an issue again because the caterer has been mobilized. I just spoke to her a while ago. Tomorrow she will be back on campus to cook for the students. So it shouldn't be a problem again.
I thought the school had been temporarily closed down.
Well, I mean, it wasn't closed down as such. It's just the first and second year students who said that they would not go to classes if they don't get their hot meal. Otherwise, the Form 3 students are still on campus. And so it's just a matter of once this information goes out there, the authorities will invite them to come back, come and continue with their studies.
So these Form 1 and Form 2 students are currently home?
Yes, that's my information that they left. Most of them left back to their various homes because they were not being provided with a hot meal.
I see. Now, you said that the caterer wants to come back tomorrow. The reason the caterer was not cooking was because of financial reasons. Yes. How has that been resolved?
Yes, so that's what I was just confirming to you that this evening his payment has been delivered to her. She's just confirmed that to me a while ago, and she's promised me that tomorrow morning she'll be there to start the cooking. The
payment that was given her, is it the arrears or is payment in advance or what kind of payment?
No, the arrears. What was outstanding that she couldn't get, that led her to not being able to mobilize herself and procure food for the cooking.
So the problem has been postponed?
I don't know what you mean by being postponed because she's received her payment.
Her payment in arrears, and it's just a matter of time before she turns the utensils upside down again.
No, well, I'm sure anytime she cooks and provides the necessary documentations, I want to believe that she'll be paid because she's been doing this for about 2 years or more now, and this is the only time that we have heard of this incident of her inability to cook because of lack of payment. So maybe this is, I think that maybe this is one of incident, and then I'm sure that going forward we will all be monitoring to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again. Yeah.
Aside the food, the students also complained about public. They talked about places of convenience, toilets to be more specific. They said they lack toilet facilities on campus, and that's really frustrating. They are having to engage in open defecation. I do not know Binduri. Is it a rural community? Why is it that there's a challenge with toilet facility in a secondary school?
Yes, so, these are the E-blocks that was constructed under the SYL regime. And so they were meant as a day facility, a day school, kind of. So they didn't provide enough KVIPs for students to use. As a result, the assembly decided under the NDA, provided them with a KVIP. It's been completed, except that they need to install some facilities in there so that they can use it. And that is what has not been done. It was brought to my attention, and I've done the necessary follow-ups. And very soon, the facility will be fitted with the necessary gadgets that will make it usable for them.
Binduri, I think, is the only blue in a sea of green, and I'm talking politically in the Upper East region, correct? You are the only MPP constituency.
Yeah, right.
Or the only constituency with an MPP MP?
Yes, that's you're right. In the Upper East region, yes.
The Mahama government left you a day secondary school.
Yes.
They would say that you have been incompetent in managing a program, a project that they built and left and bequeathed to you. That is
Well,
the only place in the whole Upper East region we are having a problem of lack of food and a problem of lack of toilets. There are
yes,
day
yes.
schools that were left by the blocks that were left by Mahama's government in other parts of the region. No complaints have come through.
Oh, but when they left the e-blocks, I'm sure you are also aware that it was this government that instituted the hot meal. Like I told you, this hot meal was an innovation by this current government, that a day school provided with a hot meal for students when they are in school. It's never done before. We're all day students before, and we never got a hot meal from government whilst we were in school. Anyway, but yes, they left the e-block. A lot of projects are going on in Binduri that are also
What kind of projects?
infrastructure.
Do you have a massive road project happening in your constituency?
Yeah, we are having a lot of road projects in Binduri. It's never happened before. You can check. You can tell your guys.
List some of them, please.
Well, if you go to from Kopargo to Goti Salaga, there's a bridge there that was so critical, and we are constructing it. If you go from Binduri to Bazua, there is a place called Bumbugu. There is a bridge there that people couldn't cross. That has been done. There's another similar critical bridge that when you are going to your Delinga, that has been bridged now. There are several roads that is going on in Binduri. It's never happened before. You can tell your people to go down there and see. And coming back to the secondary school, look, we are even in discussion with the Ministry of Education to convert the day school into a boarding school. And recently, I filed a question on the floor of Parliament, and the minister came and assured us that the next time they were going to construct boarding facilities, Binduri Secondary School will be one of the beneficiaries. So a lot of work is being done, and I'm sure that Binduri will get a lot more share of the national cake as we go on.
The idea of the e-blocks was to serve a community. That's why they called it a community day school. You are now planning to convert it into a boarding school. You already have challenges in schools that are boarding where you are having feeding problems. The caterers are in Accra asking for their money to be given to them and all of those things. Are you really sure you have the capacity to convert, one, the school into a boarding facility, two, to run it as a boarding school, and three, what that would mean to the idea of day schools? Because we should have day schools. There should be a reason that the GS signed off on the location of the school.
Yes. So the reason why we made the request for a boarding facility, or at least a hostel facility, is that, like you asked earlier on, Binduri is generally a rural community. So we have some students who come from far distance, and normally they will be looking for some hostel facilities to rent. And in our community, it doesn't exist that somebody maybe has put up an infrastructure, maybe a decent house or something that people can rent and use as a hostel facility. It doesn't exist. We have people with their private homes and they live with their families. So currently what is happening is that most of the students sometimes they are compelled to live with people with their families, and it exposes especially the female ones to all kinds of pressure from men. So there was a general understanding that it was better for us to demand for something like that, so that we can house particularly the female students, so that they will be able to concentrate on their education.
So it means that the school doesn't serve the community in which it is built. That's what it means. You have students from outside the community.
Yeah, it's not only the community that is built, and even people from Binduri constituency. There are places that are very far away, from maybe, let me say, 15 kilometers away from the school. I mean, to trek that long distance every day and come to school. Some of the students prefer look for accommodation close by the school, and then stay so that after school session, at the end of the term, then they can go back to their homes.
Is that the only secondary school you have in your constituency?
Yes, that's the only secondary school we have in Binduri.
I think we'll have more time to talk about Binduri at a later date when we host you in the studio. Thank you so much for speaking to us, though.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
That's Honorable Abanga Abdullah. He's a member of parliament for Binduri.